Good morning, it's Rachel here, and we are going to do something a little bit different today. I know you're probably all surprised, but I do need to get cracking also on my design team project for Jarf, and I've been meaning to start it for a month, so I'm very, very bad. So I'm using her Ode to Jane kit, journal kit. I've got volume 2. This is look how fat it is. I can't think if I've printed anything out twice. There's so much in her kits. And then I've got the journal pages. So it's volume 2, Ode to Jane. I just quickly, before I get started, wanted to show you, I did finish off all of those. They're the ones, I think I did those in the video. Yeah, I did. I finished off all of the little cards. So I just wanted to show you those. This one, and then I made, that's another journal card there, and then I made some pockets, and I really like how they turned out. So these little pockets with the same idea there and there. Okay, now we can get cracking with my Ode to Jane work. Now what I wanted to say was, what I will do with these is I'll put them into a plastic folder, and as I trim things down, they go into little ones like these with all the little bits and pieces, because Jarf's kits are jam-packed. So let's just quickly have a look. I have printed out some things twice. These are the journal pages. They're really beautiful. I mean, Jarf's kits are amazing. She's a graphic designer, from what I understand, and so they really are truly beautiful kits. So hopefully you can see some. Yeah, as I said, some things are printed out twice because I like to have them there ready to use. So I keep some aside to make things out of, and then other ones I print double-sided, you'll see soon, to use as journal pages. So I probably won't, I did a test run on that one to see which direction to put it to print double-sided. See, that's a printout. There's a boo-boo there. So that's another boo-boo. Okay, and the ones I've clipped together, the ones I've sort of divided. So I'll just show you those quickly, because I think they're all different. So this is one here. And I printed some of Jarf's tea-dyed paper on the back. I tried to use just her kits. So some of them have tea-dyed paper on the back. You've seen some of these pages. And some have these printed on the reverse side. It's a really, really great kit. Really pretty. The possibilities are endless. And I think you've seen that one. So in the kit there are all of these writing pages are in there as well. I think there's about 5 or 6 that you can write on. So I repeated them a few times, and I'll put them sort of dispersed in whatever journal I decide to make. But I thought what I'll do is I won't show everything because we're doing Christmas as well. There's too much. I can't show it all. But maybe working on some of her ephemera in her ephemera kit, because the ephemera kits are sometimes, there's different pages in here. So the ephemera, I won't show you the reverse because you've seen all the reverse sides, just the front side. The ephemera kit has some, lots of particular things to work with, and sometimes even like I look at them, I'm like, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. So I think it's more beneficial to work with the ephemera kit. So maybe I'll do 1 or 2 videos making ephemera, and then I'll do, if I make something, I don't know when, I will do a flip through at the end. Okay, right, so this is the ephemera. I mean, it's huge. There's envelope, like pockety envelopey coin things. So most of those were all printed on regular copy paper. This is regular copy paper. And then some things I printed on 120 GSM paper, just to make it a little bit stronger. So that's like a letter. I I probably could print on the reverse side, or I'll just glue something to that maybe. Or maybe I can glue that on there. I don't know. Anyway, you see, when you look at Jarf, and then she has all these sorts of quotes. Maybe they're Jane. Oh, they're all different. Oh, yeah, they're Jane Austen quotes. This is still regular copy paper. So lots of pretty things to use. See, I printed that one out twice. So some things I've accidentally printed out twice because I get confused. So there's all of these. Just go through a bit fast. And now these are on the thicker paper here. But I actually like, I used to love this paper, but because I've been using HP copy paper, I actually like the HP more. The intensity of the colour. I guess because I'm printing on an HP printer. So these are some of her pockets. And then they're all taggy sort of things, window sort of things here. So lots to play with. Normally I just get right into it and don't show the kit, but I feel like probably I should show the kit. I'm showing it to you sideways, so you can turn your head sideways to look at it. It's just because I want to get to the job at hand. It's just so pretty. And I have another one of Jarf's kits too that I would like to work on, so maybe I'll try and do that one in towards the end of November or December. So you could have two design team projects by the end of the year. I'll be very proud of myself. Very, very, I mean, just stunning. Just beautiful, beautiful. I've skipped one. Here's one. I mean, you'll see it because I'll be sifting through multiple times to, I mean, they are so pretty to use them. I'm going to love that. Look at that. Clever, clever, clever. Okay. So let's choose some things. Now, I'll tell you about these things. Some of these I like to just use them as pockets, and some I make into journal cards. So I'll put that one aside. They're tabs. So these are lovely big. So this, these journal cards here, these are quite fun things. Like just cut around it like that, and you can make a trifold. Same with these. I mean, you can do doubles, you can do singles, but I just want to, let's get cracking to the pockets. Let's look at this one. Okay, so, and I'll get more into it as I go. It takes me a minute to warm up when I'm doing this. For example, this one, what I am going to do is I am going to glue, it is 120 GSM, but it's not you know, it's not that, it's a little bit flimsy. I guess it's all right. It's a little bit flimsy. Maybe I might glue it to some book page because my book page is pretty thin. I'll just cut this one like that, and I'm going to glue that to book page as well. I can't pick two, so we'll do one at a time. So how is everyone today? I hope you're well. I'm getting my videos done early because I can't hear any noise outside because it's grey and it might rain a little bit today, so maybe they're not coming. I don't know, but anyway, I figure I've got to get into the habit of doing my video earlier in the day so that way we're at less risk of having noises. Put that one there. So you can decide to put, you know, vellum or acetate in the window. Just take this off here. So just having a little think how I want to do these. This just adds a little bit. Once it dries, it sort of, you can feel that it's much stronger. Once you get into using Jarf's ephemera kits. They're really a lot of fun, and more ideas will come to you as you go. Now here, I like to snip this at an angle. And that one. And there. And then we'll cut the center out in a minute. We'll just do this one. So I know it's a bit of a shocker to not be doing Chrissy. However, we do need to do other things as well. And it is early for Christmas, so we'll keep going. I'll do more Christmas. But I'm going to do this too, because it's nice to have a break, I think, in between. Okay. Okay, so let's cut our centers out. So you could use a, a cutting knife, like a, a really sharp knife. But I just get my pointy scissors and poke a hole and snip that way. I might take out the bulk with my big scissors and then go around with smaller scissors. Or I might go with bigger scissors, because this is just straight cutting. Well, pretend straight cutting, because it's not going to necessarily be straight, because you know how it is. I feel like I might do better with the bigger scissors. We'll see. I find it's easy if you just take away the center, and then you just have to trim around the edge. And the easiest is to snip to the corner. Snip all the corners as though you're going to fold it back. So as you cut along, they will drop off. Yep, I think the reason why I like to, when I'm going straight, the reason why I like using the big scissors is I can cut a longer expanse in one hit, which makes me go a little bit straighter. See how easy that is? You think it's hard, but it's really not. It's when you've got to cut around the oval shape that's more challenging. Requires even more concentration. So I would recommend like preparing a whole lot of these bits and then deciding what you want to do with them. Whether they're going to attach to a page, or are they going to attach to another journal card. Be a journal card with a window. Or tag, I should say, because these are long taggy shapes. Because then it's like you get a double whammy, don't you? Because then you can put the backing. The backing will have writing space, and then you've got a tag inside with writing space. Okay, so that's those. Now, what I might do too is, if I can find it now, where have I put it? I know it's here somewhere. There it is in the front. I think I've got some tracing paper in here. So I'll just pull that out. Oh, I've got vellum. Will I use vellum? Or tracing paper? With boo-boos on it. Let's think about this. I think I might use the tracing paper, because I find that the tracing paper, it is a bit easier. Let's see here. It is a bit easier to stick might help if I go like this. So I can see where to cut. And I can cut another one. I'll cut it here for the other window. Okay, I'm going to bring my book over here. Now I'll have to be organized, won't I, doing this, because I could get myself into a great mess. And then so put that there, and then I'm just going to run it around the edge here just to make sure there's glue on the edge, because if you don't have glue on the edge, when you're trying to put your tag in, it gets caught because that's not stuck down properly. Tracing paper, vellum, acetate, any of the above. The acetate will have to be stitched around too, because it does detach. Or nothing. You don't have to even put anything there, because I've made many of Jarf's windows without anything. Just ooze out, but when you're oozing out, make sure you ooze away from the center, because otherwise you can get glue going out that way, and then you've got glue on your window, and you don't want that. Well, I don't want that. And then just wipe that off with a dry, wet one. See, that sticks down. It's less resistant to the glue than, there we go, look at that. Than the acetate. Than the, you know, what's it called? The vellum. That's what I wanted to say. So we'll smush them. And I'm not going right too close to the edge, you know, where the window is. So there won't be less chance of oozing happening. But as I said, quite often I have left Jarfs without anything in them, but sometimes I like to put something in, you know. Just depends on the mood. Put that there. It's a bit of a sticky business, isn't it? If you use a little card, which you lovely ladies taught me to do when I first started. It was all a learning process. It helps because it doesn't stick like your fingers do. Wipe that off. Okay, so we've got two ready to go that we will decide in a minute what we're going to do with them. But let's just have a look at what else we can semi-prepare. Here's another one. I'll do that one off camera because that's just more of the same. I'll put these here. Lots of tags. Let's see, and then they'll pop in there like that, and you can see. Gosh, they're pretty. Oh, so many. Oh, look at this one. This one's amazing. Now, these things are very tricky to me, because I never know how they're supposed to work. Okay, well, I can see that it's all one. I'm going to cut it out. I start by cutting things out. When I don't know what to do with them, I just cut them out. It helps. I'm not going to reinforce this one. Oh, I know what I might do with this one. Let me just figure this out. This is, I've got to figure it out one. So when you don't know what to do, cutting is always it's just a good thing to do. You feel like you're doing something, but you're actually not doing much at all. I'll keep on cutting because I still don't know what to do. Okay, so we'll just, oops, that was very slopey. Okay, very steep slope, I should say. There we go. Right, we'll cut the window out, and we'll even put vellum in the window because I still don't know what to do. But at least something's being done. Okay, so we'll poke out the hole. Okay, gosh, it's pretty. Okay. Now, see, in theory, they both fold like that. Well, I'm going to fold these. I'll get there. I will get there before the end of the video, I hope. I haven't stuck my window in. We need to do that too. Like if you wanted to score it, you could do that. I just wing it and fold it. Like so. And then, so what I was thinking was one part could fold over the edge of a page and create some sort of pocket. Let me just fold it here. And one part, or actually, you know what I'm going to do? Yes. Oh, that's a good idea. There you go. See, this is what happens. You just do the cutting, do the folding, and then something comes to you. So I'm going to grab my tissue paper. Was I calling it, not my tissue paper, my tracing paper. I wonder what that would look like, my boo-boo. That will be interesting to use for something too. So not all is lost when you make a mistake. Well, I didn't make a mistake. My printer didn't suck the paper in properly, did it? But I didn't throw it out because you can still use it. It's still usable. Let's just do this bit here. This is an important job to get done. I know what to do. I know it. Bit of a ding-dong, but I get there in the end. Or, as one of my Aussie subbies reminded me, a ning-nong. I could be a ning-nong. I'm a ding-dong, ning-nong, which means silly. Don't quite get it. I remind my daughter, she's, sometimes she gets in her head and stresses about silly things. She's young. I was a stress head when I was her age. And I just say to her, come on, let's go and flap about. I'm such a silly person, I tell you what. If you saw the things I do, you'd die. But I'll be flapping about the place and she'll be like, Mum, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, I'm being silly. And she's like, you are very silly. And I said, well, do you know what? Being silly makes you feel happy. And it stops you getting anxiety when you flop about the place being silly. So she was stressing yesterday, so she came and did that and made her feel better. How about that? Okay, so put that there. Now this is going to fold over like this, and then what's going to happen, I need to put something in there. Then what's going to happen is this is going to fold over, and let me find my crease. Let me just crease it a bit that way so I can see where my crease is. I'm sure this is what you intended it for, Jarf, I'm sure. But Jarf says it doesn't matter. Like she knows what they're meant to be for, obviously, because she created the kit. But she always says it's always exciting to see people's interpretation of you know, her kit. So I'm folding it this way because I'm thinking this is going to attach down on a page. So I can just go like this, and it's going to be a pocket for a tour tag. Okay. You with me? That's going to stick down on the page like that, and it's going to be a tall pocket. How cool is this? This is going to glue, actually this will go round here before I glue that down. I don't know if my folding's exactly precise, but that's going to glue around there, and then this is going to be a pocket, you see. But first of all, I need to put something in here, and I just wanted to flip through Jarf's kit. I hope I haven't lost you. Just to see, look at these pretty things. I should put glue on there. I mean, put the lid on there. So yeah, like, you know, flopping it, let's go back to the flopping about, like, you know, just being silly like that. It does, it just makes you be silly and goofy and not so serious, and it's kind of like a way, and there's another one to do the same way. Just get your frustrations out. It's a bit of like a sfogo in Italian. It's a way of, yeah, getting your frustrations out, really. They're pockets. I usually do a little bit of decorating on those. I'm just looking to see, here we go. I have this little lovely lady here. I think I'm going to put her in the window. So when you take the tag out, you can see the pretty lady. I'm sure it's Jane. The pretty lady is Jane, of course. So let's cut her out. I don't even have to cut it all out. I just need to make sure it's wide enough to cover my window. Let's see. Oh, yes, see? That's where I'm going to put it there, like that. Okay. So if I just put a little marking here, that's where I have to line it up with. And I'm going to glue that there. Oh, I didn't mark the height. Just a sec. So there. So I need her to come down a bit to there. And make sure I glue it in straight. So that's the only thing. If you're not filling the whole area, you do need to know where you're going to place it. So I put some glue stick. Always very abundant with my gluing to make sure it sticks. I haven't had any problems so far that I know of it coming unstuck. Put that up there and there. Let's just double check before we lock it in. Yeah, and glue it down. So that's going to be like that. Now the only thing I'm perplexed about here, I probably folded it the wrong way. Maybe that one was supposed to go there. No, it doesn't. Okay. So that one's going on my page. So this needs to, this one, you see that? Isn't that pretty? I love that. This one, this is what I mean. They're so much fun, these kits. So this one I'm going to fold it over a little bit more because I don't know. I don't see, if I glue that down there, then it won't open up. So I need to recrease it flush because it wasn't quite right. I think I folded it wrong, like so. And then what I need to do is I need to trim that. Sorry, forgot about that. I need to trim these as well. This one and this one. And I will trim that one for good measure. I don't think I need all of these. I can take this one off. Oopsie. Very interactive, fun things. It's all about the fun. Okay, so now this, I need to glue this over there, and I need to glue the bottom. So let's grab this. You don't want to be too generous with the glue there, because you don't want it oozing out and then closing up your pocket. And we need to get glue on here. I wish you could tell me. I could do the other one, because this might have been a bit confusing. Okay, so we're going to fold that over, glue that there. Make sure you've got your creases in the right spot, and make sure that glue's shut, because that's the bottom and that needs to be shut. And I've got a little floppy bit there. There we go. Now what's going on here? I haven't done a very good job here. Okay, so I need to stretch it out. And then crease it afterwards. That's what I need to do. So that is going to glue down onto my page, and then that is going to be a flip. So we'll put a tag on there, tab on there. And what we'll do also is we'll just do a, I didn't line it up, so I'll trim that. But we'll snip that. Not a very good gluing person. It's easy fix, that one. It's probably my cutting. So I'll let that dry, and then I'll fold it, and I'll show you what it's going to look like. So it's all happening. It's all happening, guys. Right. So let me find the other one, and we'll do that because it was a little bit confusing, I feel. Here it is. Here we go. So let's just cut it straight away the correct way. Now the reason why you trim off your corners is so that when you fold it, they don't peek out if there's been some not straight cutting. Yep, so I want to work with the more complex things in Jarf's kits. Now I want to work on this all day. Something different and fun. Okay, cut out the window. I also need to trim these. So trimming off the middle one because I don't need that. Okay. Just so you can see that process. A little bit, done a little bit better than the previous video. Previous video. Previous example, I should say, because we're still in the same video. Okay, that's good. Right, let's put our window in. I'm enjoying putting my windows in today. Did you notice? Okay, we'll just randomly cut a piece instead of being too fussy. I think that'll fit. Yes. Maybe I should put my book under so I don't glue everything. First I do this. Oh, no, then I need to put my glue around the edge. Okay. Let's give that a wipe because we've had a bit of oozing. We don't want it to all stick down. Okay. Tracing paper is definitely easier to glue down than vellum. Okay, so I'm only going to fold one for the moment. So let's fold this one. My pocket one. Okay. And then I'm going to glue it there. Yes, okay, that's a good idea. So let's fold this in. Here. So one side, it doesn't matter which side you choose, is going to fold up. And that will glue in there. I'm going to glue that there, and then I'm going to fold that way. Okay, so first I need to, I think I've done this the other way on this one, so that means it will go on the other opposite page to the other one. And let me just go through. I might choose her. Let's just cut her out. This I can see, that's like a foldy over flappy thing. We might do something with that. Okay, we're going to hang on to her so that I don't have to rummage through and find her again. And we're just going to go through here and see, because there's lots and lots and lots of things to Jarf's kits. Lots of usable things. They're a bit small. This is also pretty. Nice big windows. Same type of thing, this one. Yep. We'll do that one next. So we're working on all of, mostly Jarf's window pockets. And those, no, I won't use those. Okay, I think I'll use her. I don't really need to cut that off, but anyway, so we've got to position her. So she needs to glue here somewhere. Let's see. Down, just down a tiny bit. Bit more. Maybe over a little bit. That's it. Okay, so grab this, marking here and marking here and marking there. That way I know where to put it. Oh, I haven't had breakfast yet. And I need to have a cappuccino. There, there, and there. Great. I didn't check. It's okay, look at that. So pretty. So clever, Jarf. Okay, so let's put our glue here. told you, once you get going, you can't stop. So there's such fun kits to use. Really clever. Glue that down there. I can fold these up. These are what are going to attach to the page here. I'm going to let that dry. So we'll do the other windows, a couple of others maybe, and then I'll come back and fold this. Okay, we'll let it dry. But what we will do is we'll snip here. That's what's going to attach to the page. And I'll do a little double snip here. This is where a tag's going to go. It's going to be a flip out tag thing. Okay, we'll look at that. We'll come back to that in a minute when it dries. Okay, so what's next? We put this one aside. This one's slightly different. See, it's got the flappy bit there. But I feel like this one is also going to stick down on a page. Or, yeah, it's going to stick down. So I might do this one in a different way. It doesn't have the flaps there. You could leave it on so you had flaps. So it does these, when you glue these down on a page, it just makes it not such a tight pocket. If you can just glue around flat like that, but the pocket is a little bit tighter, but it's not wrong. Like I quite often, I mean, that's how I normally glue down my pockets. It just makes them a bit tighter. That's all. But then obviously if you've got the flaps that you're gluing onto the page, it's going to be a little bit more bulky. So it just depends what you want. So snip that bit off there. Okay, and then I'm going to snip here as well. Now, the cutting of this window requires a little bit more patience. So what I do with my big scissors, I'll cut out the bulk. And then I'll use the little scissors. I don't do a great job cutting out oval shapes. I'm not good at that. But anyway, I'll try my best. So what I'm thinking is, this could be the side gluing down onto the page, and this can glue the flip pocket shut. It is very clever. Okay, so I said this glue down onto the page, so this is going to be the pocket. So I need to put something here so that you can see that through. I know that Jarf has the ovals, but you have to be very precise in gluing them down. You have to be very... Oh, let's just do the tracing paper. Why do I always want to call it tissue paper? Please explain that to me. It's just ridiculous. Trim this. It doesn't need to be that big. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so let's put our glue. I better come onto my glue book so I don't get my glue onto the, not that it matters, you wouldn't be able to see it, but onto the lovely kit. Go round. And then here around the edge. So you'll be experts at gluing tracing paper windows. or anything that's slightly transparent, whatever you have, or leave it, you can leave it blank. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have this. It's just a nice extra touch. The last ones I did have Jarfs. I don't think I put anything in the windows. Okay. Get my card if I can find it. Can you see I'm working away from where the window is? Using it out that way because so we don't want bits sticking up. Okay, so then grab this, give it a wipe, take off the excess. Okay, right, now we need to put something here. Yes, put something there. And I was going to look at some of these pretty papers to see. Now what is the, I can't remember what the pattern is. What would I like? Let's have a look. This is what I print up the extra papers for, is to see what would I like. That one, I like that one. I won't use these. These will go on the back of journal cards and things. So you could even glue that in there. That's very pretty, isn't it? Oh, I like that one even more. So, to do this, what I might do is bring it down a bit, put a marking here and here, and I'll just tear that, I'll just cut it. And always remember, you can print out another one. If you want to make a journal card out of that, you can print out another one. So I'll go across. I'm just looking at this piece of paper to see, you know, I can use that in collaging, so I don't want to get rid of that. And I'll just trim this off. It doesn't really matter. And I won't trim off the bottom. Okay, so you can also look at the papers to see what to put in the window. And as with most things, it's not rocket, you know, like it's not rocket science in the sense it's not complicated. So I just need to put that there. I haven't folded it yet, but I just want to see. Let's do the fold. I might need to trim it down. I might just fold this piece. Like so. So this one's different to the other one because it didn't have the flap there, but you just glue that down there like that. Now I need to see where to put my lady. Down a bit. Okay, so hold that there, and I'm just going to put a marking here and here. Okay. So put that there. And by folding it, I also know that when I, you know, fold it in, it's not going to be over the crease there and become all bulky and resistant to me folding it, if you know what I mean. So then I need to fold up this one, the bottom. Put my glue on there. I'm careful not to go right to the edge there, just to make sure I don't glue it shut. You know, get glue there and then that. It doesn't matter. We'll just make it a shallower pocket. And then I'm putting my glue. Look at me gluing on top of the kit. That's clever, isn't it? I'll put my glue here. Glue book there. Glue up here. And fold it over. Stick it down. Okay, and there she is in the pocket. And then this, or you could fold it around onto the other page around the corner, or like this. Let's see. I don't want to, I've got to be careful with the folding. I don't want to have it not flush there. There we go. So that's a bit easier. So with this one, you could trim that off and glue it flush like I glued this one, if you want it to be a little bit easier. And then these fold over and they glue down onto your journal page. And then you get 2 tucks. You get a flippy tuck and a glued down on the page tuck. So I'm going to make this a top loading, but you could also take this off and have it a side loading if you wanted to. And then I'll slip this one. And there we go. That's how I've interpreted these pockets. That will glue down, and that will be like that. And then you open it and you get a surprise inside. So let's fold this one. Do my best. So yeah, easier to do that fold afterwards. I've decided with these. And then again, that's going like that and like that. It's quite bulky. So you can, as I said, take the flaps off and it'll be less bulky. So that's that one. So I'll go over them with my bone folder, and then that's the other one. That one I didn't fold as well, but these ones I folded better. Okay, so there we go. So that's my video for today. And we did these pockets as well. I haven't folded those up yet because I didn't decide what to do with those yet, but I might decide and then tell you afterwards what I did. So that's those 2 pockets as well. So we've done lots of window pockets and window pockets with flips. And yeah, as I said, I'll go over those with the bone folder to flatten them as much as possible. But a lot of fun, a lot of fun. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and go and check Jarf's shop out. So this one's folding better. Let me just say, without the flap going around there, this one is much more manageable. It's folding better. Okay. All right. So there we go. I will be back again soon, and tomorrow will be a stitchy video. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.